Hey everybody coming in. This is like the awkward part where we can either keep saying hello over and over or just wait till there's a decent number and start talking. So, hi. My hair is a wreck. Sorry for that. Hello everybody. Thank you for the gift. Not too much. Regular old Monday. How are you? Yes, it is. It's so cute. Let me see. Hey Ash. Thanks, Subs. There was a jumpsuit I wish I could have gotten. It was like Walmart had it last year. Yeah, last year. The girls at the rehab had it, like 3 of them. Hey, Ashley. And it was a blue, similar to this blue, maybe a little darker. And it had mushrooms like this on it, and it had a saying on the thigh. And I wanted to get it, but the top was a crop top. And then by the time I got my outings, that was the wrong season. So that would have been like, oh, I got crap on my face. I don't even know what that is. I don't come on the weekends. I'm only on Monday to Friday. Now, I was not on Friday. I did take some time to myself, but I do not do lives on the weekends and whenever my son is off at daycare. Oh, gotcha. I gotcha. Dirt. Hope everybody did have a good weekend, though. Yesterday, it was heavy on my heart to just be grateful. Like, there's so many little things that we take for granted. And I remember being homeless and missing those things and swearing I'd never take it for granted, and now I'm right back doing it. So it's time to slow down. Alrighty, Sebs, thanks for popping in. Don't work too hard. It's time for slowing down and just being grateful. Thank you, Angie. Yesterday it was for my family being together and just... Thank you, Crimea. I hope I said that right. You know, we were together, just... Amen, Sebs. We got to eat together. We spent the day just having fun. And it's little things like being able to grocery shop. And thank you, Luffer. Thank you, Rika. It really is. Yes, I'll be doing readings today, Nicole. I have something like... Hold up, I did the math earlier, now I forget. 26 readings I need to get this week to get everything back straight. What's up, Jen? Thank you. Well, thank you, Amanda. Congrats on 7 years. Good morning, Danielle. I I don't get it. If you see something that you don't like, it's very easy to just keep scrolling or block or both. Thank you, Danielle. I'm in sober living right now, Jen. Okay, Nicole. Hi from America. Whenever I get payment, I do them. Thank you, sober. Yes, I can have visitors here. I'm not in rehab anymore. So I moved from full inpatient rehab to what was like higher level sober living. Then when I graduated that program, I moved to, yes ma'am, I'm good, Kimmy, and you? Hey, Brittany. I moved to an actual sober living, which this is it. There is nothing left in supervised living whatsoever. This is it. Thank you, Coppin. Yep, he came to see. He comes almost every Sunday, unless like there's sickness in the house or like a real serious reason to not be here. For real, Amanda. Thank you, Brittany. Thank you, Kimberly. No. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Hey, Pineapple. No, you're more than welcome to ask. I spoke on it, so it's not like you're just digging. You know what, Coppin? I didn't even remember, so it takes a whole lot of an adult person to speak up and say that. Thank you. You're forgiven. Accepted. What kind of reading did you want, Miss Nicole? Hey, Dawning. I'm actually shocked. Thank you, Brittany. We can do generals where we just see what falls out, or you can ask any question that you would like answered. And that's how you know you're a good person at heart. That's one thing that I've always tried to stick to. I will forgive you. If you burn me more than once, then we're done. But I always try and forgive because I know what it feels like to act out in emotion. I'm always saying and doing things that I shouldn't, making threats or sounding, what's the word I want? Aggressive when I'm not really. So I get you. I come from the same place. Well, Michelle, if you hang around when I'm done the reading, I can kind of help explain it to you, if you're interested. Just to kind of meet your sister where she is. I can be here for life if I want to be. I'm out of, hey, peekaboo. I'm, snoot. I can't find a place to put you off. I am in sober living, which is like, the only thing I do is I do get tested. I love yours more. I do get tested randomly, but other than that, there is no control. Oh, and I have a curfew. Thank you, Peek. Now, let's get Miss Nicole's general going. You guys do not have to leave. Yes, it's a mommy and me. If I want to, yep. I can go wherever I want. Thank you, Dawning. Yes, I pay rent. It's weird that a rehab would be charging you rent. No, I came out of rehab after 15 months. I'm in sober living. All right, I'll be answering questions again after this reading. It only takes a few minutes, so bear with me. Thank you, Nikki. Rehab, you're locked down, absolutely under control. Somebody tells you what to do, where to do, when to do it. Thank you, Peek. You have groups and super hard requirements. You generally can't have your phone. If you do, it's limited. You only get limited visitors who have to be approved. Then you have the 3.1 level, which still has... Dude, if somebody tells you to go and jump off the world towers, are you going to do it? Just because somebody says it doesn't make it true. You realize that, right? Go out and come back. 5 below. Ooh. Miss Nicole, right off the top, you were being told that you kind of thought that you were only dreaming, you would never get this, you would never achieve this. Do what research, Lee? I don't know who you're talking to. Thank you, Ash. Now, when I say not being able to do it, it's a plan or achievement. You've been dreaming of this for a long time, and I'm going to say achievement because the 8 of Wands that goes with it. As well as the Page of Pentacles. Although I wouldn't be surprised if this is something along the lines of getting a house or a car, something that would kind of be a fix-me-up vibe. I don't know if you're in the market for anything like that. Or if it's a career where you're going to have to learn something new, or a work position change where you're going to have to learn something new. There is going to be some work. That makes sense. So the 7 of Cups is like the dream card. This is your building castles in the sky card, kind of imagining where you would be if you could help it, or what you would have if you could do it. Congratulations. That is probably the work right there. Let's get to it. Don't give me any more details. I like to go in blind. This is a card that says you put a lot of thought, time, and energy into this. Like, you really know what you're looking for, what you want, dream areas. You know, you've put a lot of effort into this. And I want you to know that it's actually right under your nose, and it's going to happen sooner than you think. Now, the caveat here, thank you, superstar. Hey. The caveat here is, like I said, it may not be exactly perfect when you find it. I do feel like it's hidden right under your nose. If not at the moment, it's going to be mixed in with some other offers. So pay close attention to any real estate ads you're looking at, any offers you're getting. You may even want to look into something like Fannie Mae house, something like that. But pay close attention. On the surface, it may look like this is not only going to require a lot of work, but a lot of money. It may be a higher price than what you were comfortable with, or the price may be high for the amount of work that it needs. On the surface, I do not think it's going to really be this. This 5 of Pentacles is like a temporary financial problem. It is, honestly, think of it like you have a bill due and you don't know how you're going to pay it, but you forgot that you just cashed your check. That kind of vibe. So, on the surface, it's going to look like it takes a lot of work. Maybe a little rundown, maybe a room isn't finished, but it's not going to take as much time, money, or effort as you were thinking. So if you walk into a place and you're getting this vibe of, I can't do this because it's going to cost me too much, or it needs too much work, or it's going to be a money pit, it's my hair, baby. Oh, leaves from walking. Sorry. Don't let it overwhelm you or surprise you. All right? It will be a little bit of an investment, but don't count out houses that need work. I appreciate it. Dude, you can't even see my eyes from over there. And I think you need to know how eyes work. with the Page of Pentacles, this may take just a little bit more financial planning than you were aware of or had planned on. But again, don't count it out just because it seems like a lot of work or like it's going to be a lot of money. Because I think you're going to find it's surface level. Where are they dilated? Pupils dilate when there's lack of light. They shrink when there is light. We learned this in biology. Quit interrupting a reading to troll. You see that? You turn out a light and they dilate. Go back to school, please. Thank you. Definitely, the other thing that could be the work isn't so much the house, but maybe there's a little bit more work to get the mortgage or the loan. Definitely larger amount and definitely going to take some more work than what you're going to feel comfortable with. It is going to seem like one thing after another when it comes time to actually get involved. But I promise you, don't ignore it just because it seems like it. Your dream is going to be hidden in plain sight. And I think you're going to find that because that surface level needing more work, it's going to drive the price down cheaper than you could have gotten it otherwise. So let's say it's a $250,000 house, and because on the surface it looks like it needs a lot of work, you get it half off. That kind of benefit. It'll also seem like it's very over. It's going to be very overwhelming going through the paperwork, through the agreements. You may have to get some extra checks done for safety or security of the house. Like I said, it's going to be a lot. This is going to be, on the surface, very overwhelming. And you might want to just second guess what you're doing as soon as you look at it. Please, when you see this, give it some thought. Don't just cast it out outright. I think, honestly, you're going to find that not only is it not as bad as it seems, but it actually turns into an investment. Whatever you do put into it now, you'll be able to turn around and double should you ever decide to move. Thank you for the gift. And honestly, I think you're used to budgeting like this and used to investing money in a way like that. House would be done. I'm so happy for you. I wouldn't be surprised if that plays into it, a bit of a fear of I just lost everything, I don't want to lose it again. But it's not, it's surface level. Do not let what you're initially seeing or hearing scare you. Unless the roof is falling off or the foundation is crumbling, it's not going to be as bad as it seems. I think you're going to find somebody thought it was more than it was worth to fix. Kind of like when people total cars and it can actually be fixed, but it's just a little older, so they're just yeah, get rid of it. And then you can, buy it back salvage and have a totally usable car that's just maybe not perfect. Like that. So yeah, he'd be definitely a good one to tell you if it is worth it or not. Like I said, definitely do not look at the surface and be like, oh my gosh. No, not doing that. Thank you. You're very welcome. Now I'm going to go back and get the trolls that I missed. And I'm sorry for responding like that. It's literally, it gets to a point that you just can't help it. It really does. Oh, I'm seeing what you said now. It's sad. bad. Every time we get a reading going, this kind of stuff starts happening. It is, especially when it's your sobriety being attacked. Like, it gets to you when it's true. Like, you don't like to be seen for what you are, but when it's not true and you see people clicking like that, it just gets to you. They do it on purpose, because I got readings and that's what they don't want. My counselor said in rehab that if somebody is attacking you over a certain thing, pay attention to what they're attacking you over, because that is what their problem is, jealousy-wise. That is what they want to have that they don't. Money, looks, teeth. Trying to think what else she said. Money, looks, teeth, objects, possessions, not objects, possessions, things like that. And since she said it, it's a lot easier to ignore it. I also don't get where this addicted to TikTok came from. At no point have I ever been addicted to social media. This is something that I have done that has been like a big dream for me since like 2010. 2009. And my first ever video was talking about gateway substance. If you get it, what I'm saying. But, yeah. Did I spend a lot of time? Mm-hmm. But there was also reasons I spent a lot of time. I was on my face. Well, hey, ex-Baltimorean. I am PJ, how are you? I actually had a makeup YouTube and a book YouTube. Which is ironic, because when I was doing bad, people would show that and be like, look, this is the girl she was. This is what she can be. And now I'm here and crickets. I did, Tony. I hope you did too. The person who was asking about how rehabs worked and said it was confusing. Are you still in here, hon? So, you said your sister's paying rent. Are you sure she's not in a sober living? Thanks, babe. Like, tell me what you know about where your sister is, because that is concerning if she's in rehab and they're charging rent. Thank you, Tracy. I used to live down there when I was in the hotels. Thank you, Chrissy. Yep. Oh, yeah, no. If a rehab is... Oh, no. No. If you have the name of that place, it needs to be reported. That is 17 warning sign bells going off all at one time in my head. Like, literally. Any rehab that's telling you that you need to pay rent is a problem. They charge your insurance. That's their pay. Any rehab that tells you you have to pay rent and it can be paid in your benefits, even worse. It's what we call, where's Janine? Oh my God, it went out of my head. Here we go. Oh my God, it's body something, and it just went right out of my head. Yes, body brokering. Thank you, guys. Body brokering. Basically, they do it to make as much money off of you as they can. And they're probably collecting insurance at the same time. So if you have the name of the place where she was, DM it to me. I know kind of... Oh, it's more than insurance fraud. Can you DM me the name of this place? If I can't find where to report them, I know somebody who can. That needs to be stopped. That is not okay. Good morning, Crystal. I'm good, and you? It won't cause her any problems, I promise you. Hey, Holly. In situations like this where they come in, they give them a chance to get straight. And if they don't get straight, then they make them send them to an actual rehab or actual sober living. So your sister will not have any problems at all. I promise you that. I'm doing readings. Oh, that's so sweet, Crystal. Definitely, please DM me that place. I would like to do some research on it myself and see what we can do about that. Because that is beyond dangerous for the person who's there, let alone beyond against the law. So, yeah, I would definitely like to look into that. But they're calling it a rehab, and that's the problem. Rehab is paid by insurance. I bet you I know exactly the type of program she's in. We just had one shut down in Baltimore. He is all right. I've been giving him Zarbies as much as I can. That one you kind of have to give like every 2 hours for it to work. Thank you, Mrs. That's awesome. But please do not name the place in here. Just DM it to me and I will look it up and see. Because you are confused. It may be that it's not actually rehab. But the fact that they're paying benefits is still a problem. He's got the sniffles, runny nose, itchy eyes. I give him the Zarbies as needed. But yeah. I feel for him. I hear you there, Katie. I just got a nasal spray. Thank you, Taylor. Well, Chelsea, have you been on TikTok for a long time? Thank you, Mrs. I was from Baltimore. I'm not there anymore, but I was going to say, maybe you've seen me when I was using. Thank you, Amber. Yeah, this whole thing just sounds wrong. Hey, Secret. I'm good, and you? Oh, no, I've never been in Oregon. Yep. I'm at the Delaware border now. Yeah, 'cause I've never been there. I hope you're feeling better. Thank you, Elizabeth. You're welcome. Thank you, Chelsea. Oh, I'm good. And that's why I stayed. Like, I didn't want to go all the way into the boonies. But it is very nice to be on the tax-free side. And believe it or not, it actually saves you a lot of money. Maryland's tax is 6%. So if I have to go to the Maryland Walmart, then I will go in there and get as little as I can. But Delaware side is definitely preferable. I'm good, Jacqueline. How are you? And thank you. I'm not naming counties because I don't want any more issue than what's already been done. Thank you, Mrs. Shoo! The only way or the only place I've seen higher taxes is California. I bought a book, I think, from a witch store, for lack of better, metaphysical shop in California, and it was something like 15% tax. It's insane. Thank you guys. And yes, everybody coming in, every live readings are available unless I've said that they've stopped. Just send it and we do it. There's no waiting list at this point. If you want private, just DM me. I have some more to do today, so. Hey, Cat. Okay. Ooh, that's not fair. I'm good, Cat, and you? One second. Oh, okay. Readings are $10. And if you all saw that confusion right then, I also have a reading for a giveaway. So in a little bit, we'll be doing that as well. I have Cash App and PayPal. They are in the link tree in the bio. You click my face and they'll open up the actual account and you'll see it. Thanks, Jay. For the most part, yeah. Allergies suck. Excuse me. It is beautiful here. I got the windows wide open. Today was clinic day, so I went and got my take-homes for the week and came back and realized I had meds to pick up, so got a ride down there and walked back because it's comfortable. That's weird because they want us to sell stuff on live now. It's a whole big promotion thing. No, I'm closer to the Chesapeake than the shore. It did, and thank you. Hey, Bridget. He is great. Enjoyed being with his daddy all day yesterday. I just wish we could get these temper tantrums. Well, maybe you'll see one today. There's a whole new program for lives for selling stuff. I got the invite for it. I got it. What kind of reading would you like? And don't mind me, I had half in this can and half in that can on my dresser from walking. Yeah. Yep, it's called like TikTok Plus or something like that. We can do a general where we just see what comes out, you know, no questions asked, or we can ask a question if you would like. Sounds good. And since last time they wanted to come in and be jerkwads, we're going to turn the chat off, okay? And for anybody else who wants a reading and maybe hasn't been able to get one, don't leave because we'll be doing a giveaway in a little bit. And don't leave just because there's no comments. As soon as the reading's done, there'll be back one. All right, we are not doing all the same cards again. Thank you. This is a multifaceted reading, and I may actually have to turn them back on to sort some things out. I'll do the reading, and then I'll turn it back on, and we'll go from there, okay? But the initial go-through, just off the top, I have the Page of Swords, which is telling me we really need to get a new outlook. It's time to clear your mind a little bit, get away from stress, get away from overworking. You may want to journal or write down feelings, kind of help get them out of your headspace. The Page of Swords can also pertain to talking, sometimes telling too much, sometimes gossiping, but definitely a very chatty person, so maybe talking about it could help. But I would say writing is probably going to help the best, because I do feel like right now you're kind of a little bit closed off. And if you're not closed off at the moment, you need to be. It's time to pull away from those around you, the circle that you've been running with, and just do you for a little while. I do not feel like this has to do with saving money, although if you are in need, this would be a good time to do it. I am honestly feeling this is reserving energy and reserving stress. I also have the Two of Pentacles. Again, I think the stress is coming from a lack of balance. Probably work and home life. Maybe financials in there a little bit, but I'm really just getting stress and doing too much. And honestly, I'm going to do this right now because I really want your feedback. I do not want to do this if I'm off here. But how are we looking so far? I don't need details, just good or bad. Alright. Let's see how it goes. I'll turn it back off if we need. So definitely need some balance there. Absolutely. And I do feel that it's time to deal with some grief that you've been maybe pressing down or not really facing yet. This could be in the form of trauma, PTSD. It could be a loss that you haven't processed yet. Telling yourself you have to be strong, you can't feel this now. That kind of vibe with this card. And I do feel like that's part of the need to get away. Oh, thank you. Now, when I say get away, it could be physically. Best would be physically, but if physical isn't enough, maybe take a little staycation at home and give yourself a break from the things that are causing you the most stress. And I'm, again, getting the vibe of like the other people around you and work, not being able to balance your needs. And I also feel like it's a little bit of a lack of help. You're supposed to be a team. There's supposed to be other people behind you. Readings are 10 and up. Info is in the link tree, in the bio. Which comes back to this. You're supposed to be a team and the team isn't teaming. Hey Tia, how you been? The team is not teaming at all. In fact, what I'm picking up is you're taking the brunt and everybody else is just stepping back and taking not the quality, the good news and good observations, and that's not what I'm trying to get across, but I can't think of the damn word. The praise. They're stepping back and taking the credit and the praise, and you're doing all the work. Thank you. And that's not fair to you. It's not fair to anybody, but especially not to you. Now, at this point, I would say this is going to come down to your choice. I really feel like there is some permanent cuts that need to be made here. And I feel like you already know who. You just sentimentally don't want to. There's a tie there that's keeping you from just saying go. Whether it's the level of emotion that's tied into this, the level of caring. It's time to make the choice. And when you make the choice, I want to make this clear, it's not going to change your path forward at all. It's just going to change how you get there. Okay? So you don't have to be worried about this, like, ending your life's dreams. You're going to get there just fine. Then, I want you to take this as a new beginning and start completely fresh. Thank you. Like, completely from scratch. Don't look back. Just reset. Again, I really feel like a break is needed. By the time you take the break, you should be at this phase. Taking this this chance to kind of clear your energy, clear your mind, and get yourself ready for what's ahead. All right, let me catch up with the chat. I always used to say, something about the universe will always find you when it's time. That's how great my memory is now. So maybe you were meant to be here, Crystal. I'm sorry to hear that, Tia. You're very welcome. And thank you, Katie. Now I'm going to say this. If you could buy a reading right now, from anybody, not just me, if you could buy a reading right now, what would you want it to be on? Well, thank you, Kat. There's a Cash App icon and either a link or an icon for PayPal. Hey, Toe Beans. Oh, that's a good one. Denise and Crystal both have good ones so far. I'm going to say Denise. Miss Denise, I'm going to give you the reading because I feel like you really need to deal with this now. Now, I will say I've never tried it this way that I remember, where we're like looking at the Y's, so bear with me. I am proud, Lulu. Thank you. But most of all, I thank God because I couldn't have done it by myself. You're good. First thing I'm right off the top that I'm getting is I feel like there has been some breakups and comebacks, whether just in the marriage or not. That's where your doubt comes from. Every time you break up, it's something else. Thank you, Erica. It could be that he's lying. It could be that he's out doing things he shouldn't be. Definitely secrets coming. Well, thank you. I see where that's going. There's definitely secrets that get in the way here. And that's the problem. I'm going to say lack of communication right off the top. Now, you stay with him, honestly, because in your heart, no matter how bad it is, you don't want to give up. I almost feel like this is possibly teaching, like the way we grew up, where you're told, manliest man's mama. I'll type it out. Think the way that the church tells you you only get married once and that's it. Well, same kind of vibe. I feel like there's either a family belief, religious belief. You feel like you can't divorce, you can't break up. And if this isn't something that you were taught, this is something that you're just kicking around in your own head. Like, why would I end it now? I can say, if you don't leave, not only is it going to take an immense amount of work, but I do not see this pattern stopping unless you put a stop to it. First thing we need is a lot more communication. And I'm not sure why communication's lacking. I'm not sure why, whether it's his closed off side or your closed off side. So I don't know which one to tell. Like, I get that. And part of it is I do get the impression that it's almost two different lives. And I hate to say it, just the fact that you're questioning, I got it, you're next. Just the fact that you're questioning tells me that it's time to at least take a time apart and see how things go. I do feel like with this Hierophant, there's a sense of, I'm holding on because that's what I was taught. Or I'm holding on because this is what I dreamed of. And that's just not enough. It's not. I get the Seven of Swords, which is secrets. I have the Moon, which is, again, secrets being exposed. I have the Eight of Swords, which, security could... Hey, Kelly! Security could make part of it, but I think it's almost a fear of change. Hey, Raina. And you might not even be aware of that, but it's almost a fear of change. And again, feeling like you're letting down your own, what's the word I want? Your own, this is going to drive me crazy because, right, your own wants and needs. It's not what I'm going to say, but close enough. You're putting aside your own wants and needs for this. And it's not fair to you. You're the one making the sacrifice. Yeah, desires is the word I was looking for. Thank you. Whatever way I try and look at this, personally, I'm going to say I don't see this being worth the work. And I think what's really keeping you there is a fear of change and comfort. You don't want to be out there alone. You don't want to be out there starting over. Not to pick pride, but there's a sense of, I was going to say a sense of age here. Congrats. And it's like, why would I want to start all over when there's already this establishment there? And I mean, I wouldn't say that that's not scary. I'm doing the same thing, and it is. But I do feel like if you take the effort that you have been putting into this marriage, that there is another chance out there for you to have the life that you dreamed of, that you wanted, that you're not getting. I'm not going to pick and prime, ask your age. Maybe marriage isn't even what you're looking for. But I'm not going to sit here and say there's not a future for you. So, yeah. You're staying with your husband because you're safe, you're secure, and you don't want the change. Even if you don't want another relationship, there is a happier, healthier life out there for you. I know it's been a long time. I know there's that fear of starting over, but I promise you, when you make that leap, you'll be so much happier. I hope, did that answer your question good enough and like give you some clarity? I definitely hope it did. Carrie, just be there for him. Love him. Try not to bring up his past too much. I know there's hurt, but give him time. He'll deal with it as he's better able to cope with it. And just give him a chance. You don't have to trust him, but don't shut him out either. I think you did too. I mean, I got the vibe they're already living like they're single. Thank you, Dirty. So it's like, there's no real big change except you have the paperwork behind it. All right, Miss Cat, are you ready? What kind of reading would you like? And I got that vibe here, Raina, for sure. That is going to make it a little awkward, being the ex. You too, Miss Tia. Feel free to DM me. Thank you, Sticks. Alright, I can do it live. That's probably the best answer. I mean, even I'm kind of at a loss to say what to do, except, the normal addiction support. Don't expect a lot. You may be coming out angry, especially with power of attorney being given to you, unless he gave it. And if he's forced, don't expect it to be easy. But just give him a chance. Be supportive, be there, talk to him when you can, phone calls, visits. Let him know he's got somebody in his corner. Whatever he tells you, listen, even if you don't understand it, it'll feel better for him to get it out. Cool. So that'll help take some of the stress off. All right, I'm going to go ahead and do this reading now. Let's see. Future with health issues involved. Whoa. I have 2 action cards right off the top. So I can't wait to see how these interact with the cards around them. I do notice this is the hardest I've had, or the hardest time I've had with the cards in all of these readings. So definitely some struggle there. Good morning. Have you been, what's the word I want? Have you been kind of advocating for yourself when it comes to what you want in life, medical, you name it? Are you a good advocate for yourself? It makes me feel like there's a lot of negative influence there. Because I can tell you right now, if you're not, you need to. You hold yourself back as, and I'm not saying this to be mean, this is just the impression I'm getting, but it's like you hold yourself back as that quiet, womanly female, I can't do anything but be seen type energy. That takes it a little further than what I'm trying to say, but basically, I am woman, I must be quiet. And it's time for you to really take a front and center role in your life. I actually have the Emperor, as well as the King of Pentacles and the Queen of Pentacles, which tells me if you were to take your inbound traits of willingness, the ability to act out on anything, whether it's promises you made, following through with work commitments, following through with familial commitments, you are very good at doing what you need to do when you need to do it and having the willpower to get through it even when you don't want to. That is a gift, and I think it's time for you to bring that up more front and center and put yourself more in that leader role for yourself. I don't feel like you have somebody to do that for you. And whether you're doing it holistic or not, there's no reason for you to step back and be quiet just because you're a woman. And I'm not saying it's necessarily just the gender, but I feel more of like the gender bias. Like you're being made to feel like you don't know as much, or you're not being listened to because you're a woman, or the feeling of those things. I do have the Hermit. You spend a lot of your time fighting for yourself alone. You're doing your research alone. You're looking at your options alone. You're not discussing them with the people that you're able to get the most help from. Only with blocked out eyes. There's a picture on my Facebook. So like you have no problem looking up herbal remedies or looking up possible treatments or looking up where life could take you. But when it comes time to put the effort in and actually go to somebody who can help you, it's a no-go. And this is not just health related. This is completely your life 100%. You do not take the leadership role that you need to take. It's going to take a big choice being made first. You got to decide to do it. First things first. Decide to do it. And then baby steps, a little bit at a time. Balance where you are now with a little bit of forwardness. Maybe I'm trying to think of a life scenario. Thank you, Heather. I'm trying to think of a life scenario to give you an example of that's not just medically related. If somebody goes to the store and closes the door in front of you, maybe say, hey, excuse me, I was right here, instead of just stepping back and letting it happen. Same with that. If you're in a bad relationship and you're not happy, then it's time to walk away. It's time to get yourself shored up so you can get away. I feel like you really struggle to take control, and it's not because of weakness. It's habit. A little bit. They're actually more rare than people think. If anybody is making you feel lonely, less than, inadequate, it's time to stand up on them or to them and say, hey, hold on, it's making me verify. Oh my God. I hate this thing. I just verified it and now you won't let me drop it. Yes, I'm doing a reading. Hey, Shayna. Definitely, you need to feel valid in your thoughts and you need to step up for yourself. Not just when it comes to your health, in everything. Stop letting people make decisions for you and stop letting other people live your life for you. I cannot stress that enough. This isn't a change you're going to make overnight. You're not going to flip a switch and magically be a better, different person. This is going to take time. Baby steps is the best way to go about it. I myself came out of an abusive relationship and it took me really until about the last year, 6 years after I left, to really step into my power as a woman by myself. So do not expect this to be overnight. Oh, I see that. Absolutely. Whenever the Chariot comes up for willpower or the Magician comes up, I know, like, you could move a mountain if you were absolutely determined to. But you need to get over that fear. But to get over that fear, you're going to have to take those baby steps. This is not going to be quick and easy. The first thing I would do is maybe get out a little more. If you like to read, go to a library. If you like coffee, go to a Starbucks or a Dunkin' Donuts or wherever your coffee shop is. Get yourself away from being alone. Even if you have to go alone, you'll start to meet people and you'll start to really get that sense of community that you're missing. Well, there you go. Maybe join a reading club. Well, thank you. I'll be here, Katie. All right, Heather. I feel like twin flames, almost, at facebook.com/MS Ashy Cat. That's how you find mine. Just type it in the browser because I'm under a generic name. With twin flames, I feel like it got popular and pushed more than it should have been because twin flames, soulmates, we get multiples of. They're here to help us grow and help us develop as people. Twin flames is like your perfect other half. And I don't know how to explain it better than it's very rare to find a person that literally completes you. And it is entirely different than a soulmate, and it's entirely different than being in love with somebody. It is two pieces of a whole. You can speak each other's thoughts, kind of an attachment. And honestly, probably like 1 out of every 50,000 relationships is actually that kind of situation. Maybe I'm exaggerating, but I hope that gets across what I'm saying. Oh, thank you. Yep, lots of lessons, lots of growth. And that is... I'm sorry to hear that, Heather. Have you thought of getting like a counselor or a grief therapist? And I bet after each one you've grown a little bit more, right, Octavia? Sure. My social media is in the link tree. You can DM me and get info there too. That's how it's supposed to be. Do you have somebody outside of therapy that you can talk to? Maybe somebody that also knew that person? I mean, I'm not the best one to talk to about emotions because my situation was to go out and just not feel. So I can't really help too much. Thank you, Octavia. That's what I was going to say next. Maybe a different therapist or a different form of therapy. I'm sorry, Crystal. And meditating too. If you're not comfortable praying, or you don't have a higher power, or you don't know where to connect, just sitting quiet with your thoughts until they go away. I did that before live, and look how much of a calm person I've been this whole time. $10, Shayna. That sucks. But being alone when you're feeling this way, that's not a good idea. I don't want to see you end up in trouble because you're immersed in it. You know what I mean? Cash App and PayPal. Journaling could help. Writing letters to him. That's something my own therapist suggested. If you have a gravesite, you could take it there and bury it on top of it, or burn it. It's in the link tree in the bio. I think it's icons up around my picture now. Now, I was using that for people that I had trauma with, but it is very good for releasing trauma, so I would imagine that it would be good for sadness as well. It'll help you to feel the grief that you need to feel to move on. Do you work with your dad, Crystal? Maybe it's time to look for a different job. I think it'll help you to get away from the stress, even if it's only for a little while. You could also, it might feel a little odd, but similar to prayer, just speak out loud to him if you feel like he's there. It's funny. If you didn't get a reading yet, you're going to call me a scammer. You don't live my life, and yet you're going to call it addict behavior. Come back to me when you actually know something about me, and not just what you've seen from another person. Not a single person in here has had an issue with my readings. No, it isn't. What kind of reading did you want, Miss Shayna? Must be my roommate. She was following me too. Okay, so you want a general. Hey, babe, thank you. Try the things I told you and see if it helps any. And don't expect it to be like overnight. Just, it will take time. But it's absolutely essential that you let the letter go. Don't keep it. Are you serious, Crystal? I didn't even look. It's always the ones that don't get the readings that say I'm a scammer. Well, I'm glad I showed up for you, Cat. He is doing good. Ooh. He is at daycare. He did, Drea. Congrats, old lady. Miss Shayna. Nope, you're fine. I feel like you're coming into a new season of life. I am, thanks, marrying you. And I see this as a good season. You're about to really see some of the things that you've been working on flourish. And this would be any projects, especially work projects, around the house. If you're a talent of some type, you'll see that kind of pick up. I have the Seven of Wands, which tells me right now. One second, Shayna. I think with where you're at right now, a reading wouldn't be the best for you, Heather. That's weird. Yes, I can't wait. So the Seven of Wands is typically illustrated as a man on a rock, and there's all these other people in front of him poking him with their wands, and he's like smacking them away. It ain't doing shit to him. And I feel like that's where you are. You've gone through a lot of tough times. You've gone through a lot of crap. And now it's time to kind of have your... No, I don't always show them. It's time for it to finally come together for you. It's been a very rough time. And you've only made it through by willpower and making the best of what you had. Like, this has been probably the most mentally draining and physically draining time that you've been through in a long time. I'm not sure if the male energy is a relationship that's kind of ebbed and flowed, or if it's your own energy that ebbed and flowed, but I have a very, very strong, almost masculine feeling of somebody that's just coming in control of their emotions and coming in control of their physical time, energy. They're not letting themselves being taken advantage of anymore. This is somebody that, like I said, it could be go out and come back. Oh, thank you for the subscription. So I was saying, hey G, I don't know if this is actual masculine energy around you or not, but I definitely have the vibe of really coming into your own power, controlling your emotions, and kind of controlling your worth. You're not letting people take advantage of you anymore. Now, whether this was an all-around or a particular person, that's not really the matter here. You're stepping up for you in a way that I don't think people are used to. You have always kind of been the person that had and gave what they had. I'm not going to say you're rich. I'm not going to say you've got the best life going. But you're living comfortably and you have extra. Food, clothes, money, whatever the situation may be. And that attracts the wrong type of person to you. I don't see that happening, at least for another little while. We're coming into a whole new season here. A time of you coming into your own leadership power. The change is in effect currently. So you may start to be seeing some of these things. You may have already started to see some of these things. If not, you will be seeing them here soon. It's going to start with feeling a little bit more emotionally stable, your finances being a little bit better than normal, or your physical needs being met a little bit easier than normal. You're going to find it's an easier time all the way around to do pretty much anything you want to do. I have the Empress card for you. So this is a card of kind of taking control, ruling my house, Nobody can tell me who I am but me. Nobody can tell me what to do but me. Or if you had a partner, I think you would switch off with them. But that's it. There is nobody else but the person that you allow and you accept that would be able to tell you what to do or take advantage or use you or whatever the word that's necessary may be. I also feel with the Empress that you're going to be coming into a time of success. Again, I had the vibe there's been some things that you've been putting your energy into that kind of just seem to stagnate. Again, it could have been something as small as a hobby, something as big as a work project, but there is hands-on time that has been given and it seemed like for nothing. You're about to see that come into fruition and you're about to see the payoff. It's been a while, a long time coming, absolutely well deserved, and that will kind of be how you know that you have reached that change, is when that really hits. You'll start being a little less chaotic in your energy. You'll be able to say no more. You won't be sharing as much. You won't be wasting your time and energy as much. I feel like you tend to care too much about people. That won't be such a thing. You may still care, but you won't be sitting there like what do I want to say? You won't be sitting there constantly thinking about their needs before yours. There we go. My Instagram is Ashley's Recovery Corner. Same as my display name up there. I put my knee to sleep. You're welcome. I'm so mad at myself. I've been doing so good. 1 energy drink a day. Yep, I remember you. You had good makeup. Yep. I actually, when things get a little better, I was planning to ask you if you still made it because I loved that stuff. The eyeliners were good. The eyeshadows were pretty colors. You don't have to send it. I will happily pay. DM me and we'll work it out. Just tell me. Well, I'll tell you kind of what I'm looking for and we'll work out price from there. What did I say, Shayna? I remember people got so mad because I said it was like a PR box. Because that honestly was like the equivalent. It's a brand sending me things to try. People got so mad. That's the next thing. When I actually have time to read, I remember. That's why I don't tag people who give gifts anymore, unless it's somebody who tells me they're ready for it or somebody who has a shop that it honestly could financially benefit them. But that's something I need to get back into, too, now that the baby's in daycare and I have a little bit more free time. I want to get back into my makeup. I want to do more get ready with me's like I used to do. I'm still very much in love with that neutral palette. Yeah, I do color sometimes, but like my... Hey, Jenny, thank you and happy Monday. Thank you, Kat. I do mess with colors, but like my base every day is more neutrals. And I got a Too Faced palette I want to play with. I just bought it and put it in a drawer. And I also got that viral Galaxy Guardians palette, the first one. I wore it once and my eye base wasn't good. And I bought it and just never did it again. It's time to start getting back into that. Ooh. Are they cool or warm neutrals or a mix? Because that's the other thing I get. Like, orange looks good with my eyes, but I feel like it doesn't look good on my skin. Maybe it's just me. Sounds cool. And I'll let you know kind of what I'm looking for, and we'll work it out from there. But I'm going to give you something even if I have to look up your Cash App and do it that way. And thank you, Shayna. I know, but it just does not look good against my skin. At least I feel like it. It doesn't. I could do my eyebrows. I haven't done any of my, like, self-care stuff in so long. I don't do the super intense skincare like I used to. I don't know why. Actually, yes, I do. I got lazy. I stopped, which is ironic because it was in the depths of addiction and was still doing that shit. Oh, that looks really good. Silver and blue especially, like a dark blue. I used to do that at Christmas time. In the depths of addiction, I used to do all of the skincare and all these serums. I still have the list when I feel like it. And then things got bad when I was pregnant. And I stopped. And then I had a baby, you know. Oh, wow. That's a long time, Shayna. Congrats. It does. I used to do silver glitter with a little blue, dark blue shadow. Oh my God, it used to make my eyes so pretty. Yep. Well, one of the things I'm working on is getting back into that. I am blessed. My skin is clear except for hormonal breakouts, which I'm happy to have. Thank you, Pisces. So I can only imagine what it would look like actually taking care of it. I started my rosemary water again because honestly, postpartum hair loss, it never did quite come back the same. So, time to get that back on. I did start doing that again. I got the little cute, like, bumpy headband to put my hair back in the little wrist things. So, maybe that's what... I still have leaves in my hair. This is from the flowers coming out of the trees. See? But only on one side. Thank you, Cat. Thank you, Pisces. If you're looking dull, try hyaluronic acid and vitamin C. You can literally get serums at the dollar store that still work just as good as anything else. In fact, I used to swear by my dollar store ones. Hey, Monique. And you don't have to do a serum for the hyaluronic acid. You can do a moisturizer. Just make sure your skin is damp when you use the hyaluronic acid. Thanks, Drea. If I can ever get TikTok to let me change my actual @ to Ashley's Recovery Corner, I would like to put Comeback Queen or Recovery Queen back in my name for up there, the display name. But it won't, it's keeping me on Miss Ashy Cat. Oh my Lord, no, I don't even know about that, Crystal. Well, thank you, Sticks. I know what you mean. I got blessed in the fact that I had the pink cloud twice. I had the pink cloud when I originally got clean, and then when I got my meds straight and stopped sweating. I won't. I'll take your word for it. You know, when I stopped feeling sick all the time, I got it back again. And seeing people get on that is the coolest feeling. And yeah, it makes me miss mine. Don't get me wrong. It makes me miss feeling that way. But it never really got to the point where it was really, really bad. So yeah. I shouldn't say really, really bad. It hasn't really gotten to the point where it really, really went away. For real, Pisces. It's amazing how many are still going. I had somebody here earlier telling me my pupils were dilated. He's doing great. I can't believe he's about to be 18 months old. You guys! I didn't even think about that. Oh, I know why I don't do it now. I dropped it when I was really, really bad. And then by the time I got sober, I had a baby and just didn't have time. But now I could start doing it in the daytime and make it a routine. But that's my problem. I break the routines and I cannot come back. It's like once I break it, it's done. I either obsessively do it or don't do it. Thank you, Anna. Hey, Lottie. I just got excited because I am 2 days away from 18 months sober. Yeah, I let my baby take over. Which I do not even regret. Yep, 2 days from 18 months. My next tag in 2 days. You know what I'm really excited for is that blue and gold that actually says recovery. And I also found out that they actually have key tags for higher up. They just buy them when the people are actually that time. They don't keep them on hand. Thanks, guys. He did save me. He really did. Congrats, Loopty. Thank you, May. Yep. Sadly, I think I'm changing my home group. I went there because people I knew were in it. And unfortunately, it was a hard lesson in that they just kind of they have this little friend group and I'm on the outside. And all my efforts to approach it except for my sponsor. Yes, he's very much involved. Thank you, Drea. The timeshare is a little bit better. The place I made my home group, there's no limit. And so you'll see like one person take the entire share time. The other thing that I'm kind of struggling with NA. Yeah. That's what I was about to say, Pisces. Like, not only is the energy already toxic there, but it's run by a person that is not very far along in their step work, only on 9, and it freely admits they're a toxic person. And to me, that just wears off. But, what the hell was I just going to say? The other thing that I have a problem with is I always understood that NA was you share your experience, strength, and hope. Oh, it does, Crystal. For real, Sticks. I have a sponsor and I do my work and I do Zoom meetings and that's about it. It's a form that works for me, but I just like collecting the keychains. I'm not even going to lie. I would do a 12-step through life recovery or celebrate recovery first. But anyway, that was the way the literature portrays it. That was the way that it's always advertised. Experience, strength, and hope. We all share our stories about how we got there to inspire the next person, right? And yet it's like every meeting I go to, unless it's a speaker meetings aside, when it comes down to sharing, it's just complaints. Yes, I can't wait to go to one. And now I get, yes, we can vent, and some people need it, and, you know, we have the burning desires part, which makes sense. But, I don't know. It's like the group that I was in is a trauma dump group. And, yeah. And it wasn't very experience oriented. Yep. And there is nothing saying that you cannot participate. And yeah, proved it right. Right. And that's like, I get it. Maybe you don't have the solution. Yes, AA was the birth parent of NA. That is what I thought it was supposed to be. So if you come in there and you say, my ex broke up with me and I'm devastated and I just really want to go outside and let it all go, somebody should be there to say, hey, that sucks, Victoria. I'm telling you, that's why I like Oxford House, because they are whatever works. Except for California sober isn't allowed. But yeah, I thought you were supposed to say what's up, and then somebody who has more experience says, well, if it was me, this is what I would do. Or I had this happen and this is what I did. And I just don't get that at the Sunday group. I do at the women's group, though. Plus, I don't like how divided mixed gender meetings are. It's like there's a man side and a woman side, and there's just this wall. And it feels more awkward than anything else. And my home group takes up my church time. And I'd rather get back into church and start really working with them and doing the volunteering and stuff I used to do. Well, if I wasn't sober, I wouldn't have a box of a week's worth of take-homes, and that's how I see it. That's how I started. Basically, I took the tenets. I like the 12 steps. They have helped. Unfortunately, I've ended up where it's like I'm literally only at the 4th step. This is the furthest I've gotten. But I'm doing aspects of the other steps because I've read so much of it that I'm already kind of in an understanding of what it is. And I'm not supposed to do it that way. That's funny that you said that, Pisces, because I am in school for my GED. I take my first test Wednesday morning. And the goal is to be in college this fall to be a social worker addictions counselor. Well, you're sober. Thank you. And I picked that because, honestly, when CPS got involved with me, the hospital had a caseworker or a counselor who was a social worker who came in and was like, the best thing you can do is be truthful with them and they'll work with you. And I said, well, cool. That's my plan anyway. So when they came in, I was 100% ready to work with them, sign whatever, do whatever. The original plan was that I was to do 30 days of clean urines through my methadone clinic, and then we'd go from there and reevaluate. Well, when the first person who was going to take them fell through, rehab then became an option so that I could take him straight from the hospital. And instead, somebody else came up. I still went to the rehab and had to wait for them to get space for him there. CPS was the final say-so on that when he was able to come. And I got him December 4th after just 3 weeks. They kept me on watch for about a month and 3 weeks. And January 25th, my case closed. That came because I worked with them. I did what I had to do. Didn't question, didn't argue, did what I had to do. I had people in my ear telling me, don't. They're not here for you. They're not going to help you. And come to find out, that's actually a very popular opinion, is that if you don't, hey babe, like if you don't work with them, it goes better somehow. You can't trust them. And just like any other thing, I'm sure there are some workers that you can't trust, but I would like to be the kind of worker like that lady in the hospital was, where I can work with women who are in those positions and help them to make their decisions and help them to move through. And I could hold a couple positions. I could be a counselor at a clinic or something part-time, and then be a social worker part-time, something like that. But I want to be the change that I should have had. I plan to. I'm going to talk to his dad. But yeah, that's my little ramble done. That's why I chose it. I'm good, Kay, and you? I would definitely be careful with weaning. Yep, caseworkers can also work with CPS in prisons, jails, CPS, hospitals, schools, rehabs, clinics. There's a whole, of course, because they're cool. No, we're still together, Victoria. I'm just in sober living so I can actually be okay when I get out on my own. I hear ya. That's the best way to look at it. Like I said yesterday, find that little bit of gratitude, and it helps the day get much better. Yeah. Have you talked to your doctor and seen if maybe you could just adjust your dose or frequency? Yep. That's my goal. I want to work with pregnant women in that situation and kind of be the person that I wish I'd have had when I was there. Yeah, definitely talk to them. They'll be able to help you a little better. It is, Jacqueline, and you? Oh, I didn't even realize. It's time for me to run, too. I didn't realize I've been on here so long. Amen, Pisces. Thank you, Kay. But I'm going to wrap it up. I did not realize I've been here so long, just rambling. I will be here tomorrow for sure. Wednesday, I don't know about, because I actually have to travel for that test quite a bit. Sorry, it was a message I got. Thanks, Dix, and you too. For those who are new here or just finding me, I'm live typically Monday to Friday from 12 or 12:30 p.m. Eastern to about now. And readings are available at every live. And yeah, we hang out and chat in between, just like we used to. Don't do that, Victoria, because that is absolutely a wrong reason, and you could end up in a lot of trouble. Talk to your doctor and maybe a counselor at your clinic or your doctor's office, however you do it. You'll have to catch me tomorrow, Victoria, or privately, because I am all done for the day. But Wednesday is up in the air. I will say that now. You're welcome. And I mean it. Talk to your doctor. Don't just force yourself because somebody said. I tried to force myself because I thought that would help me with my side effects. And it ended bad. I got so sick. But much love to y'all. Thanks for hanging out with me. I will see you all tomorrow, God willing. And it was good having fun with y'all. Okay, thanks. Bye.